Hello again, everyone. I've seen a lot of videos here on YouTube on the subject, and I know that most of the atheists here are tired of hearing people say that atheism is just another religion, and that atheists have just as much faith as theists. In my other video on the subject, I attributed this to theists being incapable of viewing the concept of atheism outside their own mental framework. While I still believe that to be true, I have recently discovered that there's more to it than that. A YouTuber by the name of Voices of Reason 2, a self-proclaimed atheist, and the link to his site will be over in the box, has questioned me on how I could make the statement that atheism doesn't require faith. He posted this little mind bender on my site, and I copied it down here. I don't exactly have the budget some others might, but here we go. You got it backwards. I am an atheist, but I'm not frightened to admit that atheism is a faith. I make no claim that deities exist. I make the opposite claim. Your burden of proof statement, now, I don't exactly remember what the statement was, but it was made in response to him on Pat Condell's site, so it's buried under a pile of shit right now. I went looking for it, but if you want to, good luck. But your burden of proof statement shows a genuine cowardice. Do you claim that gods don't exist? Yes or no? See? The burden of proof is on you. You've made a claim. Unless you make no claim, in which case you're not an atheist. You're an agnostic. Let's try a different tact. I'm assuming that's supposed to be tactic, but I don't know. You claim, all caps, that atheism is not a faith. Prove it. Show me the evidence that makes atheism a more reasonable belief than theism. Wow. Have you ever said something that's then been proven right beyond the scope of what you imagined when you made the actual statement? In the Defined Atheism video, I said that atheists are an amorphous group of individuals with differing ideas. From what I've deduced of his comments, his belief system is one that has never crossed my mind. First, he says that the idea of a god or gods and intelligent design are forever unknowable. And he seems to place a 50-50 weight on the idea of a god or the idea of no god, which is agnosticism. Agnosticism I understand, while I don't agree with it, being that there either is or isn't God. It's a simple yes or no question, and I see no reason why that would be outside the grasp of human understanding. But I understand that part of it. From that agnostic belief structure, though, he decides to randomly jump to atheism and faithfully claim that there is no God, which I don't get. I can see that is a possible belief system, but I guess it's my own fault for never imagining it. Even though I've always said that there are stupid people on both sides of the fence, I've also always associated atheism with a certain level of rationalism. That's because it does not take any level of faith to say that there is no God. Being that there has never been any evidence shown that would support a hypothesis of God, atheistic disbelief is the default. Atheism is nothing more than the disbelief of a god or gods. He seems to be under the impression that his path to atheism is the only path, that he speaks for all atheism, and that anyone who doesn't disbelieve in the way he does is not an atheist. This is bullshit, and it's an attempt to create a religion and a faith out of something that by definition is neither. Now, in the previous video, I did misdefine the word atheism. I defined it as atheism without theism, when the actual etymology of the word is theos, without God. That being said, that mistake is minor enough that it doesn't change the meaning of the word. Without a belief in God, you were also without theism, which is a belief in God, specifically a personal God. So I didn't buck it up too much. But the personal God part is something else he attempted to challenge me on. First saying that I had misdefined theism, and then after I posted the definitions of theism from dictionary.com, which said what I said, he wanted to know why I would care enough to make the distinction. Now, this is not something I've tried to hide, but I am also anti-theist. Of course, atheism and anti-theism aren't conditional of each other. Although I hold both ideas, they are mutually exclusive, meaning that you don't have to have either one to have the other. Because it's possible to be a deist, someone who believes that there was a God to start things off, then subsequently fucked off and doesn't care anymore, whom is anti-theist. He could believe that there was a God and be vehemently against those who claim to speak for him. This is getting off the point, though. Deists and those who follow Einsteinian religion, that they don't believe in a creator, but use the word God more as a synonym for nature or knowledge, don't pose a threat to people. They don't go out and make threats. They don't force others to believe as they believe. They don't crash planes into buildings. And they don't firebomb abortion clinics. They just be. While I don't agree with the ideas, there is a level of respect that I don't have for theistic ideas. If you can't see the devastation to humanity that theism has caused and is causing, then you're either incredibly stupid or blindingly deluded. As I've said in another video, September 11th, the Spanish Inquisition, and the Holocaust, just to name a few, were all faith-based initiatives. Now, hopefully, I have defined my terms correctly this time, and clarified my point. And if there are any other questions, you know where to post them. Peace out.